Hey, yo, what up? Welcome back. There's not a podcast. It's just my thoughts with Rob Markman. Y'all still mad at me? Y'all still mad at me? Y'all was mad at me yesterday. Y'all was tearing me up in those comments yesterday. Yes, I have a New York bias. I'm from New York. I'm from here. I started the video and I told you that. So I talked about the Reason joint yesterday, Dead Apple. I was hurt. You know what I'm saying? I was offended. You know what I'm saying? But nah, it's all in good fun, man. We ain't tripping. This is all rap. But it had me thinking. It had me thinking. And more so about Joey Badass and this TDEast joint. TDE East. So when Joey was going at Ray Vaughn on the finals, you know, he has that one part where he starts talking slick. Well, he's talking slick through the whole thing. But, you know, he's saying that, yo, this back and forth is giving Ray Vaughn more promo than his own label. You know, I did more for you than the whole of TDE. It's too bad. You should have been signed to me. Somebody tell Top we about to start TDEast. You know what I'm saying? Dope line. You know, and I just want to sidebar real quick. I'm going to caveat with this. Ray Vaughn has a fantastic album if you haven't listened yet. It's called The Good, The Bad, The Dollar Menu. Really made me feel a way. Really made me feel something. He's talking a lot about family and addiction and the pain and generational curses. It's a really dope album. But it's a really dope Joey line too. You know what I'm saying? So, man, shout out to Ray Vaughn. So I just wanted to sidebar with that. But, okay, so last night, back to this TDE thing. Last night, Joey posted what looks like what appears to be a fake articles of organization for the company, for TDEast as a company. I'll put it up right here, right? Put up this fake articles of organization. That's the document you get, you know, when you file for a company here in New York. And he says, get Top on the phone. And, you know, New York State Department, the State Division of Corporation State Records and Uniform Commercial Code filing receipt. And it says, TDEast, Articles of Organization, Domestic Limited Liability Company, filed by Joe Vaughn, Virginia. That's Joey's name, and Anthony Tiffith. That's Top, and you know, and it was filed on 5/6/2025. I feel like this is fake. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the troll part of it. But then he also flipped TDEast into a website. So we'll look at that right here. You know, and Knicks won last night. You know, the dog with the Knicks jersey. We like that energy. Knicks in 6. I mean, we're going to beat the Pacers. I think we're going to the finals, man. That'll be amazing. But it had me thinking, like, okay, cool troll. I love this part of the battle. It's the fun part of the battle. But what if, right? What if? Okay, so Joey did flip Jay-Z's "There's Too Much West Coast Dick Licking" line, right? On the Ruler's back. And that prompted all the West Coast MCs to fire back. That's what got us here, right? But Joey also said, I can't ever hate the West Coast on the Red Bull Cypher. And he also said, this ain't no East versus West Coast. This is on the Red Bull Cypher. So you can't take one and ignore the other, right? Like Joey clearly has loved it. You know, this is what I was talking about yesterday. Like this, you know, when I speak to all my West Coast homies out there, man, and I tell them all the time, you know, they do really, there's this thing that it really feels like we hate them. You know what I'm saying? Or there's some underlying hate, but it's love here. And that's all I was trying to say yesterday. Yes, we've seen shit, and a lot of people are like, well, Mace was taking Drake's side. Man, Mace don't represent us, man. Shout out to Mace. That's the OG. But Mace ain't lived in New York since Harlem World, man. Like, moved to Atlanta. I think he's in Arizona or Miami or whatever. Like, they don't even tape that show in New York. And Mace is of a different generation. I'm talking about right here, right now, the fans right here, right now, the infrastructure right here, right now. I know it feels like it's hate here, but it's love here. I've seen the city embrace J-Rock, Kendrick, Soul, Q, all the TDE before they even blew up. Before they even blew up. You know what I'm saying? You can ask them. They'll say it. They'll come here. They'll get love from the media, in the streets. I mean, there were shows out here that people would buy tickets for TDE shows before. This is before any of the blow up. If you listen to Daylight's High U record, right, that was going at Joey, it was about how much New York showed him love. How much respect he had from New York and how much respect New York had for him. And that was the response to Joey. Take Itchy Bondon, Minority Report. We talked about that record when it first dropped. That was going at CJ and Joey. The Minority Report record from Itchy Bondon, from Willie B, who, if you look up in the credits, I mean, Willie B produced a bunch of early TDE stuff. He is down with the camps. He's with A Room Full of Mirrors now. We're punching them. Itchy Bondon's Minority Report, where he was going at Joey and CJ, was about how connected he feels to Queens, how he has a crew in Queens. Every time he comes from the West Coast to the East, he stays with his crew in Queens, and how much love he gets in New York. So there's love and admiration here. Those records are an example of it. The internet and the narratives and the podcasters is one thing, but for real, NY don't really be tripping like that. And that was my point. Death Row and Bad Boy Records was 30 years ago. And look at where Puff and Sugar are now. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different generation. So back to the TDEast with Joey Badass. Maybe it's a funny troll, but the more I think about it, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. It will be exciting, and the game needs excitement, right? Yes, Joey is already a star. Hands down. I mean, TV, commercials, he does modeling. I mean, he's the type of guy now who you can see Joey on a Paris Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, like have a lot of presence. So Joey is a star. He got his own thing, and he's a spitter. He stays true to the sound. He's not like chasing a sound and Joey is a true artist. And I think if you combine that with the infrastructure and the track record at TDE, I think this could shake the game up, because TDE works very well with artists that are kind of true to themselves, true artists that aren't trying to chase something or be the flavor of the month. That's Kendrick. There's a new sound. Kendrick has his own sound. Like Q is dropping quality art albums and not chasing anything. Soul, like TDE has really figured out the artist thing, how to take like your favorite artists and make them palatable. I think it will be a good fit. I think it could shake up the game. Why not? And maybe this was a plan all along. I don't know. Maybe this whole thing was an elaborate rollout. I truly don't know. This is me theorizing. I know nothing about nothing. Or maybe it started as a joke, and maybe it started as a troll. But if you sit back and you think about it, it's like, hold on, this makes a lot of sense. This makes a whole lot of sense. Make it happen. I think the game will be excited. I think it will shake things up. I think people will love it. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments. I hope y'all still not mad at me, man. Y'all was roasting me, man. But I love it. I know it's all love, all right? Till the next time. Peace.